what are the implications about the vaccines? How long is it going to take to get back online? Here to talk about all this, we have healthcare expert David Johnson. And David, thank you so much for taking the time with us. I mean, you talk about many crises you have to manage in the middle of a pandemic. I mean, this winter storm certainly was one of those. What are some of the implications right now, and what do you see going forward?
Well, good to speak with you this morning, Brian. And having just shoveled 2 feet of snow myself, I wish I was in southern Florida too. But the implications for the storm are a short-term disruption in the ability to do vaccinations, which had been ramping up pretty nicely, 1.7 million doses per day. But I want to emphasize the short-term nature. The manufacturers, Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, AstraZeneca, are still pumping out those doses. So the bigger problem has been getting enough vaccines to get into the arms of people. So while we're going to have a short-term disruption, the supply is going to be building up. So I imagine we'll see our 1.7 million doses a day, at least for a little bit, go over 2 million doses a day once we're back to normal.
All right, David. So what you say is helpful here in this regard. So right now, best that you understand it, Pfizer and Moderna, they're still cranking out the vaccines at their facilities. The issue is simply logistics, getting it from them there to us, for example.
Right, and maybe even more importantly is once they're in the location, getting them to the distribution sites where people can get there and get the shot. So in many places, I'm sure the supply is building up, but the administration centers aren't open or aren't open as much. So it's probably it's probably both, getting it to the sites from the manufacturer, and then once they're in region, getting it from the regional storage site to the administration sites.
And the reason I asked that, David, is using that information. We were expected to receive, for example, 208,000 Moderna vaccines this week. They are not arriving as of yet. We've had cancellations for appointments that were scheduled starting today with those vaccines. But it sounds like at whatever point they get back to normal logistics and are able to get those vaccines to places like South Florida, that we might have an even larger supply than we've been accustomed to at that point.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The issue hasn't been not enough administrators or not enough people wanting the shots. It's been getting the supply of dosages to the administration center. So, yeah, temporary blip. We're seeing a downturn, and that'll come back online, I assume, pretty quickly. And short term will be higher than it has been. So. Not a terrible problem, but certainly one we got to manage through short term.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the update. I appreciate it. That is good information.
All right. Send some warm weather our way to Chicago if you could. Thanks.
I don't think it works that way, but I'd be happy to if I could. You're always welcome to come
have
down
everybody.
Here,
There you go. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You as well. That is David Johnson. Again, he's a healthcare expert.